All right, welcome once again to Legion Maria, a channel that is dedicated to explain all that you need to know about the Legion of Mary. Okay, so today we'll be talking about a particular chapter, a good chapter, a nice chapter, a very, very good chapter. The meeting and its member. All right, so Legion is focused. One of the Legion's main focus is the Legion meeting. The meeting stands as the central point of all Legion activities. Now today we'll be talking about the meeting and its member, the way the member is supposed to react at every meeting. All right, so let's dive into it. So here we have about how many articles? We have about 20 to 23. 22 articles under this particular chapter. So we will be talking about it in bits, maybe number of times. Right, so today we'll step into it. The first one we'll be looking at is what? The respect for the meeting. The respect for the what? For the meeting. Respect for the meeting. So how do you as a legionary respect the meeting? Respect the meeting by being in the meeting early enough, being in the meeting on time, coming early, being audible at the meeting. We'll be looking at so many other points being raised here. It said everywhere in the natural order, the transmission of power depends on the making and the breaking of a connection, right? There must be a union between the meeting and its member. This union is not effected by mere mechanical attendance on the part of the letter. Alright, so here it's talking about respect. Legionary coming to the Legion meeting must have to respect the meeting, must have to respect the Legion ways. Now, the second part talks about the presidium must be worthy of this respect. Now, is the presidium acting in the right manner in order to be worthy of the respect? Is the presidium, doing what it's supposed to do, following the whole rules and regulation of the Legion? The third one says the presidium must respect the rules. The presidium must respect the rules. Now, the sole responsibility of taking care of the presidium, of leading the presidium, lies with the officers. Now, if the officers cannot respect the presidium, the rules of the Legion, then the presidium will not respect the rules. Now, let me say, the achievement is dependent on how they were able to, obey the rules, see the rules, and then, act accordingly. It is dependent on that. It's very, very dependent on that. So the presidium has to respect the rules. Then the fourth one says the presidium must be a model of steadiness. Now, steadiness, consistency in the Legion meeting. Then the fifth one talks about the heat and light. The heat and light means the room or the place where the legionaries are supposed to meet has to have a lot of light. Has to be, this should be, it should be visible. And then heat, it should have a lot of ventilation. Then the sitting accommodation, there should be seats, at least benches provided at that sitting. And then the sitting position should be in a circular form. With the altar as the center of attraction, as the center of the meeting. Then the presidium must meet at a suitable time. The presidium must meet at a time that is suitable for all its member. It should be a unanimous decision on when to meet and when not to meet. Alright? Then the time duration. The eighth part of this is talking about what? The duration of the meeting. The duration of the meeting shall not last more than an hour. Hour 30 minutes. Every business should fit into this an hour 30 minutes. It shouldn't last more than that. And the presidium president should take note of that and see to it that nothing takes more time than the other. The ninth one says the inadequate length of meeting. Now, this can only happen when when the presidium members, or let me say the legionaries in that presidium, are larger than normal. You get now, and then you now allocate a lot of time into report of works, prayers, allocution, and the rest of them. You get. So that is it about inadequate spending of time. Why giving the report of work, the members of the presidium should make sure that they give their report precisely. Now, the 10th one says what? Late arrival and early departure. Legionaries should make sure that when they arrive late, they have to say the whole prayers as at the beginning of the meeting. And then when they leave, they cannot leave without the president's permission. They cannot leave without the president's permission. The president has to give them permission to leave. And then when they leave, they should see to it that they kneel down and recite the prayers, reflect to our Lady's patronage, and then leave the location that follows. So the next part of this video would contain 10 to 22. Probably we might cut it again. So this is chapter 19, page 119. As always, this is chapter 19. As always, like, subscribe, and share so that legionaries and non-legionaries can understand the system we work with, the system we use. Right. So thank you very much for listening, and do have a lovely day. We will meet again for the remaining articles. Thank you very much.